Big Energy. I love the name behind it. Let's talk, just kind of give me the reason by the name.
Well, that's what our show is. It's just a lot of just energy. It's dancing, it's yelling, it's singing, it's laughing, it's crying. It's a little bit of everything. So I think that this Big Energy name is something that just encompasses everything that we are. When people come out to see our show, it's not just about listening to some great Tejano music, because we don't just do Tejano music. We do a little bit of country, we do some R&B. We just try to always mix it up. And I have an incredible band who's incredibly talented. So it's not just me singing either. It's my daughter that sings, my sister sings, my husband sings. And we just have a great group of people that are just open to having a great time up there and making sure that the audience is a part of our energy. So.
I love that. And I think with your shows, it's like what you said is that you kind of take people on a journey. It's not just the Tejano part, which is obviously where your success comes from, but you kind of take people in different feels and emotions and different genres. Why did you feel like that's kind of important for your fans?
Well, I think Tejanos are a very diverse group of people. We listen to everything. Hardcore, we're Tejano hardcore to the bone. But we also listen to country, we also listen to R&B, and there's just so many facets of a Tejano fan that I think that I wanted to tap into, and also just tap into other people who may not know about Tejano, but if they hear a song that they're familiar with, then they're more kind of receptive to listen to our Tejano music as well. So we kind of started that out very early on in my career. I always wanted to kind of incorporate that English side of what, because I don't speak Spanish fluently. But I grew up listening to both Mexican American music and English music, and so I wanted to incorporate that into what I did and kind of draw in those people that kind of felt the same as I did, kind of like in between the two worlds.
I know that with obviously it being kind of a big part of the families in the group, you all are kind of that creative soul and talent. Do you kind of like always go to like the drawing board to like think of something new in terms of your show? Especially with this tour coming up, is it always like kind of like, all right, what are we going to do different, or what are we going to do this year?
Absolutely. That's one thing that we really strive to do is every year we bring something different and something new, something exciting and fresh. Last year we had kind of like it was called the Studio 24 tour, which was a little bit more like disco inspired. So we took the Studio 54 kind of like vibe and we incorporated like the disco balls and the disco type dress and stuff like that. And we had a lot of fun. The guys, I made them wear bell bottoms. They weren't too crazy about it, but they did it. Like I said, I have a great group of guys, so they're always like willing to kind of like go with me on my crazy like ideas. But that one was a lot of fun because that really gave us a lot of freedom with our outfits and all the glitter and glam that was Studio 54 back in the day, and we just wanted to bring that current. So every year we try to bring something new, something different, and this year, of course, with the Big Energy tour, it's all about just lightning and just energy and just full scale. Just we're gonna hit it hard this year, and it's gonna be something incredible. We have a lot planned for this Saturday night, and so we're gonna be having some fun out at Hemisphere.
So Saturday, is this the kickoff for the Big Energy tour, or have you already started?
It really is. We had one gig this year, but this is like the actual, ready to go. Let's do this. So kick it off.
What does Fanfare? Do you know how many years have you been playing at Fanfare? Do you know?
I tried to think about it the other day. I've been in the Tejano music industry close to 33 years. Wow. And so for most of those years I've been out there. If I was able to be there, I was there. There was a couple years where, we were either playing or something happened and we weren't able to be there. But for the most part, I've been there almost every year.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
What does Fanfare mean for you? Especially now with you being a headliner on Saturday night, you performing all of these years. As an artist, what does this mean for you for being there in terms of Fanfare?
I love Fanfare. This is probably one of my favorite times of the year because this is when all the people from all over the place come and they're able to come out and see not just established groups, but they get to see all the brand new and up-and-coming artists, and that's so exciting because I think we need that. We really need to cultivate that and support that. Seeing that people come from Mexico and Indiana and Boise, Idaho, places that you wouldn't think Tejano music is very prominent, it's amazing to see how many fans come from all of those places, and they're just so excited and so appreciative. And that's the part that I love the most, is that they really just give you so much love. And that's where sometimes here in Texas we get so used to having it around all the time that when you do receive that appreciation, it just makes it that more special.
Yeah, and with that, talk about the energy, with that being at Fanfare, because there's a whole kind of energy in itself.
There is.
Fanfare, you know what I mean? But I'm assuming, like, receiving that, you talked about receiving the love, but just about the energy of performing there.
The energy is out of this world, really, because those people are there for Tejano music. They came to listen to Tejano music, and they are Tejano to the core. And they will do anything. Like I'm saying, they travel from thousands of miles away to come and do this, and they bring their families, and they make this a yearly thing. So it's almost like a little pilgrimage for them every year. And so it's really beautiful because you get to meet people maybe that you don't know personally, but you know them through Facebook, or they follow you on Facebook, or they on all your social media. So it's really nice to actually put a face to the name and actually get to know these people. And being in it so long, they become part of like your second family. It's like you know them, and you know their family, and you know what they've been going through, you know their struggles, and vice versa. And that's a really special bond that I think in our industry is so different than any other. Is we really do get close to our fans, because it's such a small industry that we're here, and we always support one another in any way, shape, or form, and not just the artists, or not just the fans, but industry as well. We're like an extended family as well. So I think that we have something really special in Tejano music.
I feel that. I'm totally with you on that. It's like you're part of the familia, even though we aren't really, blood family. But it's kind of like you are.
You are, yeah.
And there's a common love that kind of bonds us all together. Obviously, the music. Right?
Absolutely.
I'm just curious, like maybe just some like reflection from you for 33 years being in the business, sitting where you're at now. I know it's a very cliche kind of question, but did you ever think you would be at where you're at now 33 years later after starting out?
I never really thought about it like that. I've always done this because I love it, and that's just the bottom line. For many years I didn't win awards, and I wasn't, the top of the top, and that's just goes with anything that you do. But if you do it long enough, and if you stay true to who you are, and it's not about it's really not about the awards. It's the fans are what show. I feel what shows your success, because if you're out here and if you're out here and you're still continuing to perform and play at these different venues, that says a lot in itself. And music has been my primary source of income my entire life. I've never had a normal 9-to-5 job, and to be able to say that is actually, for me, it makes me feel really good, because I know that my team and I are doing something right, and I don't take that for granted at all, because who gets to do what they love every single day of their lives? And I sing for a living. This is so cool. I perform, and I get to meet people and go out and be part of their lives, and them part of mine, and it's just such a special thing, and I'm just so grateful for that opportunity and for where I am today.
Well said. Well said. For a big energy tour, where is it taking you?
This year we are going all over the place. We're going to Chicago, New Mexico, Arizona. We're going to Idaho. We're going to Colorado. So this year we're kind of venturing out a little bit more. We do travel, outside of Texas a lot, but this year seems to be a little bit more than normal, and that's just the beginning of part of the year. So we only have those gigs up until I think August. I'm sorry. So we only have our gigs up until August, and we're already going to all of those places. So we're really excited, and I can't wait to see where the rest of the year takes us after that.
Anything new that from your fans that they can expect from you this year in terms of music or anything like that?
We are getting ready to release a brand new single. It's called Nada, and we just finished everything up just the other night. I can't get this song out of my head, y'all. I'm like, for like days, I'm like, okay, I like this song, but oh my gosh. So I hope it's the same for y'all.
What is it? Is it like a cumbia?
It's a cumbia, okay. But it's a very emotional song. It's beautiful, and it just talks about the depth of love, and how when you love someone so dearly and so deeply, and it's almost like, what am I without you? Nothing. and it's just, it can be taken, for a partner, it can be taken for a child, and also like for me, when I first heard it, I just thought of something more spiritual. So it's a beautiful song, and I think people are really gonna enjoy it. I think it's gonna resonate with them, and I hope that it becomes a #1 hit.
I'm sure it will. That and tequila, and we're in trouble.
And of course shots. But we also have new music coming from my daughter, Lily Vea, who's just recently started her career as well, and so she's gonna be releasing new music. This year is gonna be one of those, like I said, big energy. So we're like releasing music back to back to back. My husband's also releasing new music. So we've got a lot planned for this year. Even though we're kind of getting a little bit of a late start, we usually kick off in February. But this year we were like, we have some personal things going on, and so we're kicking it off this weekend at Fanfare.
Anything else you want to add about Fanfare or anything in general to wrap this up?
I'm just so excited. Thank you to TTMA and Frank and Robert. They're wonderful. They always have been. We'll be collecting our award this weekend. We'll be getting the Entertainer of the Year award. They'll be presenting us that award that night. And so that's really, really special. I'm so glad that we were able to work it out for us to be there and for us to be able to share that with all of our fans who were the ones that voted for this award for me. So I'm super thankful and just excited to see everyone that's coming into town. Safe travels to everyone, and let's have some shots.